One, two, three, four.
And welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Breakfast with Brothers. Brother.
So anyway, there we were. Just kidding. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't do anything. All we've been doing is waiting for vibes from you guys. With
Sitting.
that being said, we have nothing but vibes for you tonight. We have a very wonderful topic. We are conjuring up our next guest episode, wondering who we should bring on. Also wondering whether or not we should do another giveaway soon. Last one was very successful. Auntie Anne's trip, majorly overhyped. Or I should say underhyped, because Auntie Anne's is amazing.
Auntie Anne's is amazing.
Really amazing. But of course, our giveaway is monetary value of anything you'd like. Who knows? Maybe you want to go to Panera Bread. I don't know. Ian doesn't know. But that's besides the point. What are we talking about today, Ian? What are we talking about with the people?
Well, we're talking about superpowers.
Who? When I think superpowers, immediately thinking of flying and invisibility, for sure. You know, I think they're the overqualified superpowers, stuff that is, you know, not every superhero that I've read in comics or watched in movies has. You know, it's one of those special powers. But yeah, I don't
What
know.
do you mean? I feel like every superhero ever depicted usually has flying or like super strength.
Well, I said flying and invisibility. So maybe
invisibility?
isn't like a huge one, but flying.
Flying is definitely a
you have
huge
the
one.
classics like Superman flies, like Wonder Woman can fly. But for example, other big name superheroes, Batman can't fly. I mean, Iron Man can fly, but only because of his super suit. Let's see who
Now
else?
you're mixing
Green
like
Lantern
universes.
can also
you're,
fly, but only because of his ring.
you're mixing so many universes right now, dog.
Well, that's fine. We're just superheroes in general. We don't have
No,
to
I know, but
jump
like
into
there's so
Marvel,
many people.
DC, and
There's so many people that can fly, dude. I mean, you're talking about Doctor Strange, Iron Man. Let's see who else. You know, like if we're just going all over, like you said, Wonder Woman, Superman,
the
Green
Hulk can't
Lantern.
fly.
The Hulk can't fly, but he's got super strength. Still, I mean, he has inhuman strength. I mean, like, some might even say
Captain
that
America can't fly. I mean, come on.
Captain America's got super strength. I mean, man was literally injected with, serum.
Spider-Man can't fly. Come on.
Got super strength. He's got the strength of a spider, which is
We're
multiplied
talking
by
about
10.
one power, which in this case is flying. Super strength was something you brought in the conversation. After
I know, I'm just
said
saying.
flying.
Like there's a few common powers. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
While we're on the point of common powers, yes, I will agree. Flying, super strength. I know mind reading is probably a big one. Even if you can't like manipulate minds, you can figure out what somebody's saying or whatnot. That's a big
Mind
one.
reading or like telepathy?
Well, is mind reading the ability to read and understand someone's mind and manipulate, or is telepathy the manipulation portion?
Let me look up the definition for telepathy right now. I thought it was included in the understanding of it.
I think mind control would be the manipulation. I don't think telepathy has anything to do with manipulation.
The supposed communication of thoughts or ideas by means other than the known senses.
Yeah, so just being able to...
And within the understanding it says similar mind reading.
Also not mind control. Again, we were touching on the fact that mind reading is just understanding someone's thoughts or being able to talk to them through your own mind, which is telepathy.
I thought you said mind reading, not mind control.
Well, I think you were asking about whether or not in this case you could like tell someone what to do. I originally said mind reading, being able to like understand.
Oh, okay. So then, yeah, that's telepathy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right.
that's
Anyway,
all I was
we're there.
asking. Yeah.
We're there. We're well beyond.
Okay.
I mean, invisibility. Let's see. What else? Talk to animals. I don't know. That one's probably pretty rare as far as superpowers go.
That's Beast Boy, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beast Boy can talk to animals. Um,
And the Hulk, I think.
I don't know if the Hulk can actually. I don't think so.
Maybe not. I'm thinking of a different
I
person.
don't. Yeah, I was gonna say.
But anyway, aside
You
from
thinking
all
of Nightcrawler, dude?
maybe does he
Who?
does he talk to animals?
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out who the hell you're thinking about. Thinking about another like different colored person, like in the sense of like a bright color, like green, blue, orange, red.
I don't know. There's a character from that show on Amazon Prime called The Boys that can talk to animals. Maybe that's who I'm thinking
Oh,
of.
okay. Well, I haven't watched that, but
But that's besides the point. Today we're going over superpowers in, well, what I was hoping, the best superpowers, the worst superpowers, and then of course our favorites and why we would pick them. So I don't know. I think we should totally harp on the worst superpowers to have first because we get a really real good roast going.
I mean, truthfully, I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's probably some really terrible superpowers, but like realistically, if I had any superpower, I'd probably be pretty okay with it.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. Well, I feel like that's the thing. Like, I wonder if like superheroes who can't fly, they get jealous of people who can fly, and they're like, "Man, I got the worst powers." Yeah, but mind you, theirs could be, like you said, super strength is a real common one, which is incredible to have. I guess another like kind of lame one that would compare to flying would be either mind reading or invisibility, I guess, like we were talking about. Like being invisible is nice, if you're trying to be sneaky and stealthy, but it doesn't really serve like another purpose. I mean, if you're trying to get out of it, like like you're at a social gathering, like your nephew's birthday party, and it's like, man, I don't want to be here anymore. Oh yeah, that's right, and then goes invisible for
Dude,
the rest of summer.
invisibility is a sweet power. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You
but if
could,
if
you
I
could.
could choose invisibility or flying, I'm
I'm
flying.
choosing. I'm choosing invisibility, dude.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I mean, like flying's cool.
We'll talk about why later. That might be like
Okay,
a save for the favorite choice. Um, I guess we're
it's not
just
really
talking
a
about
fair.
bad powers. So
Just
I
say that's
guess
not
for
really a
me,
fair adjustment.
invisibility doesn't rank the lowest, but yeah, it's down there in comparison to the normals. The classic powers.
All right. Well, worst superpower. Um, let's just. I'm just gonna think of one right off the top of the head. Always knowing what time it is.
Mm.
I mean, like, kind of cool. Like, yeah, but like, is it really extremely useful? No.
No, not at all. I think another really lame one would be like ability to grow hair anytime you want. Like, yeah, it'd be, maybe you're like 17 years old, you're trying to buy booze at like the gas station or something. Boom, grew a quick beard. Now you look like you're 35. I mean, that would be super handy if you're underage or something, but I can't see
Yeah,
another
but what
instance
happens
where
when
you
you
want to
turn
be super
21?
hairy.
That's what I
What?
mean. What happens when you turn 21? Like, what's the point of it? I mean, I
Well, I
guess
guess
I
I
guess
guess
if
you could use it like if you're going bald, you could be like, "Whoa, here we go, boom, hair." But I guess
well
if you
he
could grow hair, you would never go bald.
that's what I mean. He'd never go like whoever it is, he she would never go bald.
Well, there you go. That's why it's a lame superpower. You don't have any excuses anymore. I mean, maybe actually that wouldn't make any sense either. I was gonna say someone in your life, like your significant other, doesn't like how your eyebrows look or your beard's not long enough. But again, they can grow hair any way they want, so it wouldn't matter. Um, yeah, I don't know. I can't think of a scenario where growing more hair would be helpful or needed.
No. Yeah, I guess that would be a lame superpower. Or maybe just having like super strength in one finger. I mean, actually, no, that would actually be pretty cool. You could
No,
just
that
go,
would, that would be
boop.
sweet. Yeah, you could you could end someone's life with a flick, dude. Oh, I mean that'd be pretty cool. I think it would be lame in the fact that now that specific finger, whatever one you denote as your super finger, that one would have to be very sensitive in any scenario. Like for example, if you're trying to be very delicate with it, like picking up, like I don't know, tiny things off of a countertop, or maybe you're drawing, using a pencil or a pen. I feel like you're just inevitably crushing pens every time you pick one up, just on accident, never on purpose.
I mean, truthfully, you have control over your own muscles. Like it's just the fact of like extending it past like a certain um extent. So like obviously you know the extent of what your muscles can do, so you have control over your super strength either way.
But there's accidents. Accidents always happen. And I feel like if it was one of your fingers, yes, of course, like most of the time what you're doing with your fingers, you're keeping them away from blades and other moving devices. You use them to cook, clean, eat, wash, everything. Mic down. And then of course meeting people, handshakes, dapping each other up, high fives, all that. So one of those things could go horribly wrong in any instance, just because oops, slipped my mind, or maybe you didn't mean to use that
Oops.
finger, but it accidentally got activated. Boom! Like, oh my gosh, I just killed my dog because I was petting him too hard. Like, dude, these things happen.
Oh no. Oh no, dude, my smoothie. I accidentally hit it with my finger. It just splattered against the wall, went straight through it, dude. There's a hole this big. Now what do I do?
Well, that's the thing too. Like, what if you went to open your car door and you went to go pull the handle, to open the door, but it was with your
Rip it
super
off.
finger, and the whole the whole door comes off? I mean, what do you do then?
Oh no, dude, my Pilates instructor. I just slapped the shit out of her with my finger, dude. All I did was like accidentally push her, and my finger just hit her. And
I'm just thinking of a scenario. Oh my God, my toaster's done for. Like, you go to push a button and then bam, toaster explodes into 47,000 pieces.
dude, it's
When
true.
are you gonna do that? You can't eat anything. Your toaster oven's broken. You just disassembled half of your kitchen. I mean,
Your Pilates instructor is dead. Your
car
car
door's
door
gone.
is completely ripped off. Your smoothie making machine is completely obliterated against the side of a wall. Like your
all your
dog's
pens are
dead.
broken.
Yeah, your pens are broken. Your dog's dead.
So see, all these reasons perfectly sum up why having super strength in one limb would be an awful superpower. Awful, absolutely awful, terrible.
I mean, honestly, it would be pretty sweet. I mean, if anyone knows about like One Punch Man, he had the strength of like 20,000 men behind one punch. I mean, he could completely obliterate a home if he wanted to with just a single push.
But that was
So,
the idea of that, him being in that mind frame to make it happen. I don't think he accidentally flicked and killed a population of raccoons or anything. But thinking about the possibility of it being in a specific limb of your choosing, there's just the careful association of that limb in and around anything you do. So bad superpower, yes. Good superpower if you can use it responsibly, absolutely. But I of course am leaning left. I'm trying to think
I
of
don't
other
know.
lame superpowers that fit right in there with those ones. Those are three pretty lame superpowers, might I say.
we can't even say like having no superpower because like
No,
that's
that
not
doesn't
lame.
count. No.
I was gonna say because we got people like Batman out there running the streets.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a super genius, has crazy tech suit. He's basically Iron Man. Just he did it differently. That's all.
Yeah, I guess he would be a super genius, just as though Iron Man was too. So, shout out Bruce Wayne.
Shout out.
I guess the other like a lame superpower would be like I don't know, like having unlimited milk come out of your finger or something like that.
Actually,
Or
before we talk about this milk, I wanted to ask, because I was just thinking about it, if super speed is like a good power or a bad power. Just running fast. That's all. Not like super anything else. Like you can't do your taxes fast. You can't drive to Florida fast. You can only sit on an airplane. Like you're not allowed to like run to terminal, stuff like that. So is the super speed a good power or not? And then we'll
truthfully,
go back to milk.
truthfully, I believe super speed is a pretty good power, just because of what the Flash is capable of, he can literally go back in time with his super speed.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
So in essence, he can time travel because of his super speed.
I forgot about
he-
that. I forgot about
Yeah,
that
he's
possibility.
able to
Okay.
quantum, well, not quantum jump, but he's able to time travel.
So that we'll put that on the good list then. Then we'll table
Yeah.
that. I don't want to spoil too many of the good powers, because I would love to hear more of your reasons. But this milk finger, what's up with that?
Dude, I just thought of something that like most people hate, and it's milk. Um, for whatever reason, most people hate milk.
You
Truthfully,
know
I
people
like,
that hate milk?
yeah, like not in the sense of like milk, like just like why would you just normally drink milk any time of the day? Kind of like people like I have milk with my cereal. I don't drink it separately type of people. Um, so like imagine someone who doesn't like milk that gets the milk finger for their superpower.
But in this case, it's not like random superpowers are being assigned. It's not like, hey, here's a superpower convention. Everyone gets a
No,
random superpower.
yes, I understand that, but they were bequeathed the power, you know? Like most superheroes who, other than like those that choose to do it, like, Batman, Iron Man, so on and so forth, had the advantages to be able to do that. But people as in like the Hulk, who was, kind of essentially tossed into it all. I mean, he was a scientist, but he was inevitably, taken
Experiment
over
gone wrong
by,
type thing. Yeah.
yeah. Same with Captain America, had no idea what he was getting himself into.
Mm.
Had an idea, but realistically had no sense of what was actually going to happen. Didn't know what was going to go wrong, go right.
I guess Deadpool too.
Deadpool as well. Yep. I mean, while he was sort of like a bounty hunter to some extent, to some stance, he was thrown into it all. I mean, it was completely like morbid. What else? Who else? I guess Spider-Man 2, the original Spider-Man, where he was bit by a spider and then he gained all of those powers. Like, Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, like the OG, not Tom Holland and although,
Andrew
what's his
Garfield.
name? Andrew Garfield, thank you. While they're both, I do like their Spider-Man portrayals. Tobey Maguire is the OG. So, I mean, like all of them were bequeathed, their powers. So this guy, we'll just come back to the milk finger.
The man
This
who
guy,
was bequeathed milk finger.
yeah, he doesn't even like milk. He's probably something it's probably something he hates, and he's like, when did I get this?
So,
And
well, quick sidebar. In the case that you look at that superpower, do you think it's a good power, or do you immediately throw it in the bad category? That's more what I'm worried about.
even if the person likes milk, I think it would still be a terrible power. Like, what are you gonna do with that? What are you gonna do with spraying milk out your like pinky finger or something like that? What are you gonna
Bad
do with
power.
it?
I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I like the idea of having like on-demand milk, but it would be way better if it was on-demand anything. Like I could
Yeah.
switch my milk finger to water finger. I could switch it to Dr. Pepper finger. Whatever I wanted. Type thing.
Right. Yeah.
If it was
But
just milk, I
just
think it'd
milk.
probably get old after like a month. Like a month
Dude,
of on-demand
that's-
milk, I'd be like,
That's what I'm
kinda
saying. Like if I could switch it, that'd be a different story. If it was just water would be sweet. Like I would be fine with water for the rest of my life. Just to
That'd
have
be easy.
on-demand water.
No buying, no filters, no worrying about carrying your water bottle with you. You're like, oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh, right. Easy.
No, but now imagine that with milk. Straight milk.
Yeah, I could see how that could get some bad reps.
Yeah, dude,
but
it just
mind
wouldn't
you,
it wouldn't
I
work
guess
out.
before we waste more time, we probably should do a little talk on the good superhero powers, and then our picks.
Okay.
We put up a lot of bad ones. I think
Yeah.
we got to make sure to combat them with some of the best. So
All right. Well, obviously, flying's up there. We talked about that towards the beginning.
absolutely.
I think anyone wants to fly. It's just kind of a cool concept to be able to soar through the sky like a little birdie.
Go to new heights.
Yeah.
see things you have never seen before, build homes in trees, whatever. It doesn't matter. You could do
I'm
anything.
gonna say just float.
Float.
Not even have to worry about gravity. That'd be pretty
I
sweet.
wonder, sidebar question, if you're driving a car and you want to fly, and you start flying and like drag your car with you through the air, like, well, what happens?
Well, see, there are superheroes who have the ability to fly, but don't have the ability of super strength. See
Oh, right. 'Cause
now,
you'd have to lift your car. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
dude, yeah, like think about I guess we'll take what's her name, Valkyrie, who has like, wings.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think she has super strength. I could be wrong. If I am wrong, please disprove me, everyone. Let me know. Shun me if anything. But I think she just has flight, the ability of flight, and then obviously, combat.
Yeah, I never
But
thought about that. Yeah, no, that,
yeah,
that that's a good thought. That makes sense. I mean, still flying, still good power. I think it comes with of course, the responsibility of being a, I'm going to say responsible again, comes with the responsibility of being a responsible flyer. I think in this case, thinking about what flies around now, commercial vehicles, airplanes, helicopters, stuff like that, jets, of course, animals. Um, if you're flying around and you become a part of that group of things that can be in the air, then there's definitely a new responsibility. I mean, people are going to be looking to you to like do different favors. Your family's going to be asking for trips to wherever the hell they want to go. You're probably
can you
going to
bring us to
fly
Boca
through
Raton?
glimpse. What?
Can you bring us to Boca Raton? Yeah, sure.
It'd be just that. I think if you got to fly, you'd be able to live your fantasies and all the dreams you've ever had of being able to soar like a bird through the sky. But then it would get, it would everything would be over pretty quickly, and then you would just be errand boy, or maybe you would disappear. You would probably try to go and what do you call that? Live in just a remote location away from people. It's like, it's just too much on my back. I gotta leave. So you become.
It's just me. It's only me.
You were the harbinger of flight to start, and now you are, well, Mr. Nobody. Everyone's just like, oh my gosh, where did he go? We're missing. We need him for this, that, and the other. How how else am I gonna get that jar from the top shelf of my cabinet? So I don't know.
How else am I gonna clean my roof?
So yes, I suppose flying would be a great superpower to have, but like all superpowers, you can definitely outlive them. I mean, I'm sure there's a few that would very, very easily pass that exception. Like I think super strength is probably one of those. I don't think there ever is a day where I would be sad that I'm just irresponsibly strong. I could
Listen, all I'm
flip
saying,
cars. I could
I don't-
hold buildings in the palm of my hand. I could
Are you
probably
saying that
move the earth around.
are you
however I
saying
want.
that you would be tired of flying?
Well, what I'm saying is, you could fly and do all that you wanted, for, we'll just call it X amount of time. And in this case, maybe it's a year. We'll just use that as an example. You have all these things on your flying bucket list, we'll call it, that you want to do. You go out and do them multiple times. We're talking dozens, 2 dozens, 3 dozens, maybe hundreds of times. Depends on what it is. Who knows? You've done these things hundreds of times, we'll say. Now, this year passes. You've done all these cool things. You've done the flying. You have done errands for people. Things are getting old. You're flying around, and then bam, you're just like, wow, I'm exhausted. I've done this, that, and the other, and you're just like, what do I do now? And then you either leave the town for good or wherever you live, or maybe you become Icarus, fly to the sun, call it quits for the rest of your life. I'm not really sure. I just think you get to the point where, like other things, you can get like bored with it. Like for example, people who retire, they go home, they have they go out and play golf, they cut their lawn twice a week, they're
Stop!
doing
No, you
Sudoku
can't.
puzzles on Friday nights.
You
They get to that point where they gotta stop.
No, you can't. You can't even compare flying to old people. All right, no.
No, retirement. You don't have to be old to retire. I know people that have retired at 46. They're not old.
Okay. You can't compare flying to retired people at all. All I'm saying is any superpower, because the likelihood of having a superpower is 0% in the real world, and maybe
Yeah, right.
it's like 0.00001%.
Well, I
You
just
know
think
that
it's
they're
improbable. There's probably not even a real percentage. It's just improbable. It's not real. It
right.
wouldn't happen.
So you're talking about something that people have been shooting for since the dawn of time, ever since they saw a bird flying.
Sure.
Um, I don't think anyone would get tired of flying around. Even fuck those people that want you to clean their roofs and all the errands that they're asking you to do. You say no to that and you go about your life.
Well, 100%. You wouldn't just be doing errands all the time.
No,
I
I'm
was thinking
flying.
in the
I'm
sense
flying
that
out
you
to
could be a helpful
California.
person.
I'm flying across the Pacific Ocean and I'm going to Japan, going to China, going to Russia, going to everywhere else where I can just soar above the clouds. And no one has to see me, no one has to know. And if they start shooting at me, then I start evading. Then I go to nicer countries and I keep flying over their airspaces and just explore the world, dude. Like I'm gonna fly around everywhere. I'm gonna do everything by flight. I'm gonna fly back and forth. I don't even need a car anymore, dude. I'm just gonna put everything on my back and we're gonna see how that goes. No, flying would never get tired, dude. That's all I'm saying. Same with super strength. I agree with you on super strength, but flying will never get tiring. I can promise you that.
You land after you just came back from Bangkok or something like that. You're like, never gets old. Like one of those instances. Is that what would happen?
Yeah, dude. Like I'm gonna be flying. Like if I could be pulling up next to a jet, be like, "Yo, check this," and just, and then I come back up and I come over the jet and I keep going around them. Or it's like I go to the top of the Empire State Building, right? And like they have that like platform up top. And you're like, "Yo, guys, check this out." And you just step off the edge. And they're like, "Oh no!" And then you come right back up, and you land right back on the patio up there, and you're just like right behind them, and you just tap their shoulder, be like, "Hey," and they're like, "Hey," and they just have a heart attack right there, and they just pass out.
Well, I think you probably would have given 3 people a heart attack for just falling off of the building. Like a couple old ladies, like. And then what did you do?
Nah.
You killed 3 innocent people because you wanted to play a prank. Good job, buddy.
Nah, they're fine. They're fine.
All right.
They'll wake up.
Aside from the excitement of flying, super strength, invisibility, super speed, is there another big one that sits on the list of really good superpowers?
Shapeshifting. So technically, like you have Mystique. Beast Boy would technically be a shapeshifter. He transforms into animals. Yeah. I don't really think there's much other shapeshifters within like both universes. Because Mystique is part of Marvel since they're X-Men. It was in the X-Men category. And then Beast Boy is in DC with Teen Titans. I don't think there is any other like shapeshifters, but I would agree that, or I would state that like shapeshifting is a pretty neat superpower. I guess like trying to think like other things. I don't know. I guess body enhancement. Like in the sense of like Wolverine, Nightcrawler, technically Deadpool is a body enhancement because he can't really take any damage.
Oh, right. And if he does, everything grows back. Similar to what Wolverine's body is. Yeah.
Right. Technically Captain America, while he has super strength, but it's not like Hulk level super strength or like unlimited strength, kind of like Superman. It's kind of hard to compare superheroes across like the universes, but truthfully, if we're thinking about it, like super strength would be like Superman, like unlimited strength. Same with like the Hulk, unlimited strength, but there's still like a cap to some extent. Spider-Man technically has like super strength, but he doesn't have like overloaded super strength. Like I said, it's like 10 times the 10 times the amount that a normal human would, just as though a spider has like 10 times the amount of like, their actual body.
Right.
So it's like, I would say like body enhancements. Yeah, technically Spider-Man would be in there, considering now within the new Spider-Man, it's technically enhancements with
Yeah,
like the suit and all that.
that's true.
So body enhancements are kind of like a superpower to some extent. I guess even Ant-Man, for that matter, using quantum physics in order to grow in size or shrink in size. Who else? Well, technically Bucky Barnes, while he was a Soviet soldier, a sleeper agent, he still had like a robotic arm. I don't know. Yeah, I would say like shapeshifting and like body enhancement to like an already like strong person.
Yeah, really good.
It all
superpowers.
depends.
Yeah.
Yeah, because technically the Hulk would be like a body enhancement as well, even though it was kind of like a vat of nuclear waste.
Well, yeah. I mean, he go because he could shapeshift. Because he evolves from person to manic creature, from manic creature back to person. So I guess it's
Well,
gonna be
yeah.
considered shape shifting. He's just only shifting into two different shapes: normal body and then super body.
All right. We're running low on time, so we gotta give them our favorites. So why don't you shout out your favorite superpower?
I mean, for all the work I was putting in on flying, I was going to put flying at my top, but I think super strength has really sold me. I think it would just be hugely appropriate for any situation. Oh, from opening a pickle jar to lifting a car out of a burning pit of rubble. I don't know. But I'm just thinking about its capabilities in all the sense. So I don't know. You could use it in a lot of different scenarios, and yes, I guess I wouldn't be able to fly. But realistically, I could jump very high because now, my strength allows me to be able to use my muscles in ways that I wouldn't normally. Lift things, shove things, throw things, twist things, run probably a little faster, be able to, I don't even know what the heck else. I mean, who knows? Maybe I could. No, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking with that. But super strength for me, just a touch over flying, like maybe half a step. But that's just me. What about you, pal?
I think I gotta go with like telekinesis. And while we didn't really get the chance to talk about telekinesis, like that's also kind of like a top power for me.
No doubt.
But I would definitely choose telekinesis, kind of like Professor X level, like I don't want to be in a wheelchair, don't get me wrong. I don't think anyone would want to be in a wheelchair, of course, but Professor X obviously was, and he was still a G. Like, shout out Professor X. Man was a legend. I mean, I guess Magneto, could technically be telekinesis as well, but I believe Professor X had like full on telekinesis, whereas like Magneto had like, the ability to like bend metal and completely, destroy everything. But yeah, definitely have to be like telekinesis in the sense of like, being able to like move things with my mind or move people with my mind. I think to some extent I have control over people's minds. But I think it's just the understanding of like moving objects or people or things with your mind. So yeah, I would definitely choose telekinesis without a doubt.
It's a good pick. It's a great pick.
Because I mean, at that point, like the only thing that I need to strengthen is my mind to be able to pick up like bigger things. And even at that point, you can consider it like super strength because I can still like as long as I got enough energy, like I could pick up a truck,
It's
I
true.
could go.
All muscles strained, all gears flowing. And on that note, so anyway, there we were. We love you guys. Hopefully you've been listening so far. If not, this episode will be out soon. Be sure to stay updated on Spotify and YouTube. And soon coming, Apple Podcasts. Stay very in tune. We have some new art coming your way. We are stepping into new territories with Apple and very excited to jump on a new platform. So hopefully you guys will be able to join up in numbers. Maybe we'll bring in some people that haven't been here before just because they've only been on Apple. But with that being said, make sure to go check us out. We love you guys. All vibes all the time. Ian, what do you got for him?
I don't know. You covered it all. So thank you guys so much for listening. Just as always, check us out on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, check us out on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify, check us out on YouTube, or at least follow us on either one. And make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you guys all on the flippy flop. So peace out until next time. Ah.